Welcome back, everybody, to an all-new fast food pit stops. I'm your host, Justin. I'm back at Pizza Hut because they just dropped a brand new pizza, and I'm gonna check it out. The all-new Double Cheesy Crust Pan Pizza. Now, let me explain. This is a Double Cheesy Crust, Stuffed Crust Pan Pizza. You know what? I'm not gonna explain. I'm just gonna show. Let's take a look. Man, it smells intense. Let's pull back this top. Careful, Justin. And it's brand new. A double stuffed crust pan pizza. Now, of course, we all know a pan pizza is like a traditional deep dish style. Papa John's does it, Domino's does it, and of course, Pizza Hut does it. But Pizza Hut trademarked that whole stuffed crust concept, double or nothing, and they threw it into their pan pizza. But it's not just stuffed crust in a pan pizza. They doubled it. They added mozzarella inside the stuffed crust, and then they still topped it with a whole nother layer of Parmesan cheese. You can see the ring right there. That is Parmesan on top of the mozzarella stuffed into a Pizza Hut pan pizza. Now, this is a fabulous looking example. Dare I say, what you're actually seeing here is a mountain of meat, toppings galore, tantalizing your taste buds with pepperoni. There's a nice Parmesan mix that they threw on top. I do want to say this pizza was about $15, $14.99, and that included my choice of topping. We're gonna go ahead and pull off a layer. I've got somebody parking next to me gawking through the window, but that's all right. I'm used to it because I'm a real food reviewer. Make sure that back door's locked. Let's go ahead and pull off a first slice here of this double cheesy crust pan pizza, brand new from Pizza Hut. Thankfully, they did a great job cutting these layers. I've had some really bad experiences with pretty much every pizza place I can ponder. They just haven't really had a nice sharp edge to cut through that crust. But in this case, it's helpful because, again, this is a pan pizza from Pizza Hut. So think you're getting a nice, thick, deep, rich crust, golden, delicious. I can't make this up, folks. My mouth is absolutely watering right now. You have to admit, it's a beautiful looking pizza, but we're gonna dip in here to this crust and go in on it here on a first bite, big bite, a double helping of stuffed crust with the mozzarella layer and then the Parmesan layer on top, embedded into their pan pizza. Let's do it here, a big bite. Cheers. First thing I noticed when I bit into this deep dish pan style pizza is that the crust is super airy and fluffy. You know, I've had a lot of larger, deeper pizzas that are just super heavy, and you can tell they really let the yeast rise in this dough, let it really proof the way it needed to. It's not a really dense pizza. It looks like it might be a heavy pizza, but it's just pillowy soft when you bite into it. Look at this dough. Oh, here, I don't want to destroy it too much because I want to show off the cheese inside, which is why I took that huge bite so we could get right down here to that lactose layer, that naked nectar that is Bessie's Revenge, the double cheesy crust pan pizza. You can see the layers of the mozzarella. Not really getting that huge, like, gooey factor sensation, but I wasn't really sure what to expect in a pan pizza crust. I guess that's what they're calling their stuffed crust right there in the pan pizza, the double cheesy crust pan pizza. It is a nice little swath of cheese. Got a layer of mozzarella underneath, and then again on top, folded in beautifully, is like a Parmesan mix. Taking a look again, you can certainly see that pronounced ring of pasteurization, clearly defined by the boundaries that no wall can separate between two borders. Doing my best to break down those walls, break down those borders and barriers, and unite all of us into one big bite. A $15 pizza, what do you think? A specialty pizza. So we're no stranger to stuffed crust around here, but I have to question sort of the integrity, the overall stuffed crust appeal. And I think where Pizza Hut is sort of getting around that is they're not actually calling this a stuffed crust pizza. Oh no, they're calling it the Double Cheesy Crust pan pizza, because of course they're not stuffing it, they're putting that cheese right on the crust, a double layer embedded into the pan pizza. And they've hollowed out a trough and stuffed it full of, frankly, really great cheese. And the pizza tastes fantastic. I think because the crust was so buttery and light and airy and fluffy. And just effortless to chew. This pizza's still gonna get a really high rating. I think between the taste, the value, and the overall appeal from the brand new Pizza Hut Double Cheesy Crust pan pizza, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna have to give this pizza, it's getting a 7.5. Still a really good pizza, a fun pizza. I think it's a little pricey at $15. I mean, you can still get a stuffed crust from Pizza Hut and probably still have more cheese, but this is kind of an artisan pizza. This is one that maybe isn't so much for the kids. If you're an adult and you want to have that extra cheesy crust thing without being embarrassed to order a stuffed crust pizza and everybody's looking at you at the party you bring it to, wondering if you secretly suck on a pacifier at night in your spare time. This is gonna let people know, hey, I've arrived. I've come with a gourmet pizza. Yeah, it's got stuffed crust, but it's also got a nice Parmesan effect over it. It's buried into this boat of Bessie's Revenge, AKA the trough. I think you need to check it out. The new Double Cheesy Crust pan pizza, brand new from Pizza Hut. Of course, you can get it with any type of toppings that you want. Maybe you haven't had a chance to have this pizza yet. It has just been released. They haven't even put out the ads for it yet. So hopefully you're watching this video and you're hearing about it for the first time. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share button. But I'm gonna do it here. A last bite, big bite. But pull off a fresh piece of this Pizza Hut Double Cheesy Crust pan pizza. And as always, thanks again, everybody, for checking out another great review here on Fast Food Pit Stops. I'm your host, Justin. You know you love it. You came back for some more of it. I'll be back for another fast food review. Big bite! On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna have to give this pizza, it's getting an 8. It's getting a 7.5.